Hello and welcome to Behind the Spires. I'm Ed, and this is...
Hi guys, I'm Molly, and we are your friendly neighborhood city employees.
Yes, friendly neighborhood city employees with brand new glasses that look really nice.
Thank you so much.
Come join us behind the Spires, where we will bring the business of Frederick forward, highlighting updates on Frederick's policies, projects, and events.
Each week, we bring special guests with us behind the Spires, and today we have two amazing guests.
Ooh, yeah.
Joining us from the Frederick Police Department, Corporal Deb Kidwell and Sam from Public Affairs are here to talk about recruitment at FPD, why it matters, what qualities they're looking for in new officers, and what makes serving in Frederick so unique.
And you know what else is pretty unique? I believe this is Sam's third time on the podcast.
Yeah, Sam is our first ever three-peat. Jinx.
Jinx. Oh, that means you got to read the next part.
Okay, go ahead. Hi, I'm Ed.
If you're not watching us on video, you can catch our lovely mugs here on YouTube at City of Frederick, Maryland. Of course, you can also listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon, and other podcasting services.
But before we go to the interview, we have a quick announcement.
Yes.
The general election is coming up fast, Frederick.
Oh my gosh.
Ballots by mail will be sent out between October 5th and 14th. If you're voting by mail, your ballot must be postmarked by November 4th and received by November 7th.
Yes, and if you prefer to vote early, you can vote in person on October 24th and 25th from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the Trinity Recreation Center, 6040 New Design Road.
And of course, Election Day is Tuesday, November 4th from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Again, at the Trinity Rec Center. You can also return your ballot at one of 6 official Dropbox locations around the city.
Nice.
Just remember, Dropbox ballots must be deposited by 8 p.m. on Election Day, November 4th.
Yes. So stay informed, Frederick. Visit frederickmd.gov/elections for all the details.
That's right. And we will be right back with Sam and Deb.
We really value the partnerships we create with local companies who we trust to provide products and services that help us keep Frederick at the highest level of livability and sustainability for our residents. Just visit our website at frederickmd.gov/Frederick Buys and follow the prompts to register as a vendor today. Remember, when Frederick buys, Frederick thrives.
And welcome back.
Welcome back, you guys. And we have your two very special guests today.
Yes.
Welcome back to the pod for your third time, Sam, and welcome for the first time, Corporal Debbie Kidwell.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. So to kick things off, could you each give a brief introduction about who you are and your role at FPD? Corporal Kidwell?
So I am fairly new to the personnel and recruiting unit. I started at the beginning of March of this year, came from being an assistant supervisor of our special investigations unit in our major crimes division. So it's a big change for me, but it's good because it's doing something different that I've never done before.
That's awesome. So you're liking the new transition?
I do.
Yeah.
I do. It's interesting.
That's awesome. So Sam?
And Corporal Kidwell's being modest. She's killing it at the recruitment game.
I could tell she was holding back. I could tell.
And if you guys don't remember, my name is Samantha Long, and I am the Public Information Officer for the Frederick Police Department, and I run our social media, crisis communications, and just bridging our the initiatives that we do at FPD over into the public and the community.
So you guys are the two best people to talk about what we're going to talk about today.
I think so.
Okay.
Well, we've heard around town that FPD is hands down the best employer outside of Behind the Spires.
That's correct.
What makes serving in Frederick special compared to working in like another city?
Sam, you want to kick it off?
Yeah. So I think working at FPD, We have so much opportunity here. We are very lucky with the city of Frederick. Our community really supports the police department. They like our officers. They like the men and women that go out there every day. We have genuine support, which I can't, not every agency can say that they have. So that is something very special. We also have a ton of amazing benefits with joining FPD that other agencies might not have, whether it's a take-home vehicle, the 22-year retirement. We have the brand new headquarters. We have plenty of things that kind of set us apart from the other agencies, which I think are just amazing opportunities.
And Debbie, what are you what's your hook when you're recruiting? What's the thing that
it's
makes it
interesting you
special?
say that, because I was just at your University of Maryland College Park yesterday doing exactly that. The 22-year retirement is huge because the majority of the agencies, it's 25 and 30.
Oh.
The fact that, we are not any longer, and I actually looked this up, we used to be the second biggest city in Maryland, but we're actually the fourth. Columbia and Gaithersburg is ahead of us, but not by a lot. So, we still have a large population. But, it's not like DC, it's not like Baltimore. There is a lot of community support. And so that's huge as you're going through your years of policing because, it's not the easiest job in the world. But when you have community support behind you and a mayor and council people who are supportive of their police department, that makes all the difference in the world. And as far as benefits goes, we do have great benefits compared to a lot of our counterparts. We have a new headquarters, which is phenomenal. But, one of the things that I've noticed with our department is that we're definitely a lot more progressive than some of the other departments that are out there. We're all doing the recruiting game. But I think that we have a lot more to offer at our agency than a lot of the other agencies do. And, the benefits package, hands down, I think, for anybody who's thinking about the longevity of your career, and that's what you really have to look at. You have to look at not just where you're working, but you have to look at, ultimately, what are you getting out of your career, whether it's 22 or 25 years. And, some of the younger people that are coming into the profession aren't thinking about retirement. They're thinking about the beginning, but you do have to think about that. You have to think about, what does the end game look like for me?
Right.
And I'm obviously much older than most of the department. And so I came into it a lot older. And so from my perspective, going on the downslide of my career, I really lucked out in getting into this agency as opposed to some of the other ones.
Right.
So, I really do that push to where it's don't look at what you're going to get when you start in your first year. Look at the entirety, the whole thing.
Right.
The where you're working, the community that you're working in, and everything that you're going to get as a result of that. Cost of living compared to living, let's just say DC. You may earn a little bit more on your yearly salary, but you're not, it's going to go to your rent or your mortgage. Whereas if you move up this way, the cost of living is much better.
It sounds like you're the perfect person to be in this role because you're able to offer that perspective, like you said. So a lot of young people aren't like, well, let me think about all the, long-term decision making. Were you finding interested people when you went to Maryland?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely did. I mean, there were some of the people there that they may have known people that live in Frederick, so they were familiar with it. But, some of them didn't even know where Frederick was at all. And we kind of had to explain, comparatively to Baltimore and DC where we're at and the differences. But yeah, I mean, you have there are still younger people who are definitely interested in the criminal justice programs at colleges and are leaning towards that career. And so giving the perspective, when they're going from one booth to one agency to another, to kind of let them know. One of the things that Sam had mentioned, which I think for us is huge, the take-home car policy that we have is huge. I live in West Virginia, and I get to take my car home. My son, the youngest son, who I will not say what department he works for, but it's a different department, he also lives in West Virginia, and he's not allowed to take his car home. And I mean, that makes those kind of things, those little things, they do make a difference.
Quality of life.
Absolutely.
So what, for both of you, what qualities are you looking for in new recruits? Is there like, this person checks all the boxes?
So we're definitely looking for motivated. This is not a job that you're just, let me test it out. You want to be motivated. You want to have the perspective that you want to help in your community, because that's ultimately the majority of what we're doing. So somebody who has that kind of mindset is really important to have, and we do find that, like when we have an applicant show up and we're asking them why, that's the answers that we're getting. I want to, or whether it's something that happened, in their lifetime that impacted them and made them want to kind of come into the community and make a difference. And this is the realm that they want to go in. Somebody who has, honesty and integrity. Obviously, that's really crucial in our role, is to, live your life in a honest, with integrity is super important. But pretty much, I'd say motivated. You got to be motivated to do this type of job.
Right.
And besides being passionate, courageous, and, just brave, I think getting into the nitty-gritty of it, I mean, we're looking for people who have a strong work ethic. We're looking for people who won't quit when things get a little bit tough. This does, we're not the military, we're a police department, but in our training academy, we do teach, difficult, like, emergency vehicle operations, whether it's firearms or, defensive tactics. We need someone who's like, it's going to be hard. There's going to be tests. You're going to get stressed, but not giving up, I think, is definitely one of the major things that we are looking for. It's a lot of time, money, resources to train. So we do want to see our applicants get into the academy. We want to see them thrive, and we want to see them come out and pass field training with flying colors. So I do think that, like, through our recruitment process, we do have all applicants fill out what's called a personal history questionnaire. Not just officers, civilian employees for FPD also fill out this form. I remember filling it out, and before I looked through the whole thing, I was like, I'll do that on a Saturday. We'll get that taken care of. This was the most extensive thing I have ever looked at. I think it was like 65 pages.
Debbie laughed right when you said, I'll do it on a Saturday.
No. I'm like, I'm in my 30s. I'm calling my mom. Do you remember when this happened? Like, what did I do? Like, did I get a ticket for this one? Or was it just a warning? Like, it was very in-depth. So I do think that weeds out some of our applicants in the very beginning, which I actually think is a great... It's a great tool in order to get those who are really motivated and ready to, move forward in their law enforcement journey.
Oh, absolutely. And it is. I mean, it's a book. You're filling out a book about your life.
Right.
Yep.
And I'm laughing because when I did it, I was, 39 and 7/8. I literally started a month before I turned 40. And so I'm laughing because trying to think back, that many years, like, oh my gosh, what did I do? But, you're going to go through a background investigation. So it is important that we get that information on paper. And, we expect that people are going to forget things because, I forget things on a regular basis. But, when you remember them, you have a background investigator that's assigned to you. And that's your person that you speak to and talk to along in the process. So it's a thorough process. But, we're trying to get, the best applicants that we can, because I know I care very deeply about the department. I've been there for, I'm getting ready to start my 18th year next month. Wow. And so this is my other family, and we want good people working with my family, my blue family, but also for the community. We want to have good officers that are going to be in the community helping everybody, in their time of need. So we need to be selective. And we've been very lucky that we've been able to be that selective. We haven't needed to I guess, water down our process, like we've seen in some of the larger cities where you see that they have some issues. And I think that that's what makes our department so good, is because we have high standards. We want quality people that are working here, because, you know, it's a serious job. It's a job that I think, I mean, it's not like any other. And you get a lot of gratification, at least I did, you know, in helping people. But, you know, you want someone who's going to take it seriously.
Yeah.
So that's what we're looking for.
I'm always so like inspired when I talk to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome. Your guys' passion for it is incredible.
Deb, can you share your own journey into police? I know you said you come into it a little bit
Yes.
later than most, but what motivated you to join the FPD?
So I'll tell you, when I was in high school, I was an art student. And of course, that does not translate into policing.
That's like opposite of
Yeah, totally opposite. But I had this desire, you know, that I remember, like, at some point, I think it might have been in either 11th or 12th grade, officer from local police department coming in and talking about the job. And I was like, I want to do this. And I'll just say I didn't have the most supportive parents with that. You know, the fear of, you know, we don't want you to do that. So I went on through life, and I, you know, lived life for a while. And then the opportunity came back up when I was 39. And it was kind of one of those moments where if I don't do this now, I'm never going to do it. And then I'm going to regret it. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. The interesting thing is that this was in 2008. There was a hiring freeze going on amongst a lot of the departments at the time. And FPD was the only one that was hiring. Oh, wow. And so I was like, well, I'm just going to go for it with this one place. And the whole time I was expecting, you know, well, you're too old or something. But I made it through the entire process. And then, you know, do you still want to work here? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, it was a definite change for me to go from, because I had been raising kids, managing a household, you know, doing totally different type of things, than to go into the academy. So it was a little bit of a shift for me to adjust to that. But, you know, I wouldn't, I can't say as I regret it. You know, I went for it, and it's been they say the best show on earth. That's what I've heard about this. And I really firmly believe that. Like, we get to do things that nobody else gets to do. Right. And there are moments throughout my career where it will hit me in that moment. I get paid to do this. This is so cool, you know? And so, yeah, I mean, there's no knock against the firefighters, but, you know.
Friendly rivalry.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's not the same. And, yeah, I'm so grateful that I took that chance, and I did it when I did do it. And now, since I've been doing this job and now in recruiting, I mean, we have people that they're older than I was, that are saying the same thing. I've always wanted to do this, and they've gone for it. And I'm just like, I get very excited about that.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
You're like, you're my people.
Yeah, you're my people. Yeah. So there are still people that have this passion. Like, for me, the big thing about a career for me was I needed to feel like I was doing something to help people. And I didn't feel that prior to that in any of the jobs that I'd had. I wanted to do something that I felt like I was making a difference. And it sounds corny, but that's really what drove me, is that I need to feel like, you know, I'm on this earth for a purpose to change lives. And I don't feel like I'm doing that. And so, yeah, this is definitely, I know that I've made a difference in people's lives. And I mean, that's the coolest thing ever.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
You're the perfect recruiter for this job.
Absolutely.
I'm like very impressionable. I'm like, so when can I start?
Right.
So we've heard the recruitment and training process is very competitive. What was it like when you were going through it, and has that changed now, or are the standards pretty much the same?
You know, all in all, it's kind of the same. What's kind of funny about this is, so when I came back into or came into recruiting and I got to see the test, it's the same test I took.
Is it?
Yeah. It's the same test that I took. There's little tiny differences. Like, you still have the 1.5 miles, the 300-meter run. You have the push-ups and the sit-ups. We had vertical jump, which I don't think I made any improvements from the beginning to the end on the vertical jump. But it's things like that but the process is still the same. So you still have, like she said, the personal history questionnaire. You go through the background investigation. You have your polygraph. You go through a psychological examination. The difference now is just that there's like the way that this goes as far as the steps have changed a little bit, but I think over time they realized that they need to just switch a few things. So we now have the medical at the end. So if you make it through everything, the medical is the very last thing that we do. So those are the only real differences. It's still competitive. The difference is when I can't tell you how many people, but I know that there were a lot of people that I was competing against for that position. So it was definitely a real honor when they were like, do you want a job? We do have a little bit less applicants now, but I mean, over the past, I'd say, 8 to 10 years, there was a shift, but I feel that shift coming back.
Yeah.
That it's encouraging to see there's still people who really have that drive that want to do this.
Especially like you guys mentioned, like how Frederick is such a police
Friendly
community.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like everyone loves the police in the city.
Oh yeah. People are so friendly. Just wherever you go, and they're always willing to talk to you. It's great.
Which is like unlike so many other places.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Very fortunate.
Yeah.
Now, for both of you guys, it kind of directly relates. Like, how do the officers see the direct impact of their work in the community day to day?
So I feel like policing is one of the few professions where you see the impact of your work immediately, and even in like the smallest of ways. For example, whether you're calming a parent who lost their child for a short moment of time, or you're helping an individual who locked their keys in their car, or even just meeting up with a bunch of children in a neighborhood and shooting some hoops. That is something that you get to take home with you that day. You're building trust in real time. And I think that is so important. And I think that, being in law enforcement, it is a scary job and it can be very tough. Like we've talked about many times, like you're meeting someone often on one of their worst days ever. And you take that home with you. Like you see some really terrible things, like you just do. And you're put in situations, and secondhand trauma is a real thing. So I think that really like just going out in the community and being a good human being and treating people the way that you want someone to treat your family members, I think that they do take that home with them. And I think that they feel that impact like immensely.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, you get, not always, okay, do you always get the positive feedback, but I would say within a shift, you're going to get positive feedback on some of your calls. So you do get that instant people thanking you or wanting to give you a hug, so there are a lot. I mean, there are going to be calls that you go on where people are not happy in that moment, and you understand that. You just have to understand, like she said, most of the time you're going to, we go to calls where that person is calling us because they need us, they need our help. And so we're frequently, it's the worst thing that's happened to them that day, that week, that month, maybe in their year. So, sometimes those people can be super grateful for it, and sometimes they're still caught in that moment. But you have to understand the mentality of what they're going through, not take it personally. And I mean, every day isn't where you're seeing horrible things. You see bad things on occasion, but I wouldn't say, like every single day you're going to see something horrible. You never know. That's the thing about this job. You just never know.
A lot of potential.
What day you're going to have when you come to work. It's that not sure what's going to happen today,
Right.
but then you learn to roll with it.
It's great for those people who need that, like, go,
Adrenaline.
and
Yeah.
they like
Well,
that,
you
like to
just
switch it up.
described like the person you're looking for.
Yes.
That's why they're ideal for this. And when you guys were talking about the type of candidate you're looking for, we're talking a little bit about resilience and like
Yes.
motivation. How does the FPD support like officer wellness and resilience and getting them centered so they can not take it home or take it, whatever it is?
Well, I will tell you, so there's been a shift. So that really wasn't a thing when I started, but it's a big thing now.
Mhm.
And that's one of the things that I think FPD is heads and tails above most departments. So we've had, and I know I just recently took it, it's called Struggle Well, and it's by Boulder Crest, and it teaches you about how to deal with the job
Mm.
and the things that you need to be mindful of, the things that you need to be doing, allowing you to talk about the things that you're struggling with. We also have a counselor that works in FPD. He's there every day so that whatever it is you're struggling with, if you've had something at home and you just need someone to talk to, you can go in and you can talk to him. I don't know any other agency that has that. I know that we have our PT hour where you can work out. And that's one of the things that the applicants like that were coming up to our table yesterday, they were surprised at, because a lot of agencies don't have that. So you have an hour within your workday that you get paid to work out. And
Professional employees, professional staff has that too now too.
yeah, right,
Mhm.
right.
Mhm.
And I mean, it's so crucial. It's like, that's the one thing that I don't think that people understand how important it is. Yes, we need to be in shape, okay, for this career, but there's also, a medical aspect to it. There's a mental aspect to it. I work out almost every day. And for stress, there's not, for me anyway, I can say there's nothing like it.
Girl, preach.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So, the fact that FPD has recognized
Yes.
that this is an important thing to have for our officers and civilians. And of course, with the new headquarters, we have a state-of-the-art gym. So you can go up at some point during your day, get your hour workout in. We have nice locker rooms, take a shower, whatever it is you need to do. I mean, those are the little things that really make that difference in the longevity of your career, and having those things in place that help you with, the mental stress. And that's what I think that a lot of departments need to recognize, that's important.
It's so important. Like, even
Yes.
just thinking about like my day, it's like having to add that time to go to the gym and like do all, like you have it right there.
Yes.
And you get paid for it,
Yes.
which is incredible.
right.
I think everyone should have that,
Right?
not just
Yeah.
FPD.
Yeah.
Huge benefit, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's incredible.
Yes.
That's so awesome.
Who do we talk to? Producer Lance?
Yeah, producer Land should help us
All
with
right.
that.
Can you two share a story where FPD made a difference that really stuck with each of you? Something the audience might enjoy hearing.
Something that really stuck with me was last year on the 4th of July. Baker Park has their huge City of Frederick 4th of July festivities, and so much going on. I was working the event, and I'm walking around with the chief. We're just stopping in. We're checking on our officers who are out there in the heat all day. And I remember hearing a report of a missing child. Got lost in the hustle and bustle of downtown in Baker Park. So immediately, everyone's talking on the radio. We're figuring out what's going to happen, what operations are going to go on. We had the drone go up looking for this child, and just seeing how quickly, even when you're hot and sweaty and you're tired and there are thousands and thousands of people around and there's so much going on, they found the child and reunited him with his dad. And it still stands with me. I think our drones, number one, I just think it's amazing what they can do, and for such a great purpose of reuniting a kid with its family. So yeah, I think that definitely stands out. The innovation that we have, along with just the compassion and the the readiness, I think is really, really cool.
Mm-hmm. So for me, I have something totally different. And this was a few years on in patrol, and it has stuck with me, and it will forever. So I was on a domestic violence call, and the offender had left the house. So I was there with the victim and her children. And I was able to convince her to go to our local women's shelter with her children and stayed there. And I talked to her for quite some time. And then after, the call was done and she was in place and she was safe, I left. And I didn't really give it much thought. And then a couple years after that, I got a letter from her. Actually, the letter went to the chief at the time and then came to me. About the difference that I had made in her life. And it wasn't an instant, but it came later. And I still get chills when I think about it. I actually got to meet her a couple times because she has taken that experience that she had and she's turned it into an advocacy for women with domestic violence. And so I've seen her a few times since then. And it's this constant reminder to me, again, of how you can make, you may not even realize you're making a difference in somebody's life, but how you've made a difference and how taking that time and showing that kindness and encouragement to somebody who feels like they don't have any courage, how that made such a big difference in her life. And so, when I think about, I don't think about the horrible, but that really stands out to me. And that motivates me because it's like, even in the moment, if that person doesn't have the wherewithal with what's going on to comprehend it, that down the road, hopefully they'll know I actually cared.
Yeah. And you were there when nobody was.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. That teared me up. Thank you so much for sharing that.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And to see the ripple effects of her turning that around and helping other women is
yes. Yes.
That's what we need.
Yes.
In this world.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you for everything you do. Okay. So jumping topic, Sam, from a comm standpoint, what are the challenges and opportunities for reaching all of these new? I know, Deb, you talked about going to the University of Maryland. What are your avenues for reaching people?
Yeah, so I have to say, being the public information officer for FPD has been so far the most rewarding career that I've had. It's amazing. And I think one of the biggest challenges, though, is cutting through the noise. We're not just competing with other police departments, we're competing with career fields that are just attracting the same generation of applicants. So that is tough. So what makes us stand out compared to not only other departments, but other jobs? That's been a learning curve, right? Coming into this job 3 years ago, I had to figure out how are we going to reach the people that we want to reach? And I do think that social media right now is our main avenue, not only for recruitment, but just general information. So we get to show behind the scenes look at law enforcement that's not on TV, the real deal of law enforcement, from our stint on Patrol Live to our
that's right,
which was amazing. It was so cool. But we also I get to highlight our officers for just going out there and saving a cat from a sewer, a storm drain. I get to show the real nitty gritty, what actually happens. And I think that is probably the coolest opportunity. And I really do think that's what sets us out from the rest. Our social media presence has been, it's grown substantially in the last 3 years. And I try to put out as much as I can. And I try to make it I try to humanize.
I was just going to say, you show the human side of it. So it's not
they're
just a
real
department.
people. They're out there just, this could be you, this,
Yeah.
So it's been amazing from a communication standpoint.
Awesome.
Now, you guys have a brand new police headquarters. Has that been a good tool for use in recruitment? How does the force feel about this new space? And I don't know, have you gotten any word from new recruits or anything about potentially being in this building?
Well, so what's interesting is, since we've moved into that building, prior to this, when we would do our written testing, we would take them back to the academy. Mm-hmm. But now that we have this building, we bring them to headquarters because I want them to see this is where you'd be working. Mm-hmm. And they do seem to like oh, wow, a lot of them haven't seen the building before. And so, yeah, I mean, I know that for me, and I think I finally figured out how to get around everywhere inside of there. But I mean, there's been nothing but positive feedback from those of us that work there. And even in my position, because I'm in personnel and recruiting, I'll have people from other departments who are coming in and they're just like, oh, wow, this building is just awesome. So, there's been a lot of positive feedback. And I also like the fact that we're now, all in the same building. That was the difference before, is that you had headquarters, but then you had all these off sites because there wasn't enough room in headquarters. Now we're all centrally located, mm-hmm. and you get to see people that maybe you were just emailing, but now you actually have that interaction. If you need something from them, you just go see them, which that's kind of cool. I'm seeing people who, oh, I forgot you worked here, that kind of thing. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think it definitely helps. I mean, again, I hate to keep bringing the gym, but I mean, that's a big deal.
Huge deal.
It is. When people see that the department, is investing in its people, I think that really impacts a person to know that, yeah, they care enough about their employees that they have this here mm-hmm. to try and help with, fitness. I mean, obviously we want fit, healthy employees, mm-hmm. whether they're civilian or they're police mm-hmm. sworn.
Mentally fit and all of that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, even driving, because I drive by it every morning, and I still awe at it.
I know.
Because it's just a great building. It's got the huge seal on the front, and I'm like, that's the FPD.
I'm like, I work here.
Yeah. Okay, so we before we wrap up, so this is for both of you. For someone who might be listening to this and might be considering a career, what advice would you give, and where should they go to get this process started or find out more?
Can I take that one?
Yeah.
So my advice is, if you're thinking about it, go for it. Life is short. Go for it.
Yes.
That's good.
Don't want to regret when you're older that you thought about doing something and then you decided not to do it.
Yeah.
And that would be my advice. As far as the where to go, is the www.frederickpolice.org. And that has all the information that you need. It also has ways to contact me. I'm always open to any phone calls, emails, to answer any questions, and I get them all the time, and I don't mind. I would rather somebody, if they have a question, please contact me, mm-hmm. because I'm more than happy to talk to people about, what it looks like to work in this department.
Awesome.
And if you're interested in law enforcement at all, or if you just want to know what's happening at FPD, follow us on Facebook, Frederick Police, and that's where we post all of our content. So
amazing. Thank you guys both for being here. It was wonderful to meet you for the first time. I'm so inspired by your story and grateful for all the work that you've done in the community. And Sam, of course, we love you, and you're going to be our 4-peat guest soon. But before we wrap up, we do have quick round trivia.
I always forget about the trivia. I warned you.
No.
I forgot last time too.
Okay, listen.
So I have to use my brain.
Yeah, but some of it's fun.
Some of it's fun.
Okay, Ed, do your spiel.
My spiel. So while we ask you questions, we ask if you would like.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
That's my
always makes
disclaimer.
Sure. I got 2 spoons, and I've got some McCutcheon's hot sauce that you can take. This isn't their hottest, but it is a very flavorful garlic and herb.
Oh,
that sounds yummy.
Okay, good.
So if you would like, you can pour yourself a little bit. And
you know what? I didn't do it last time.
You've never done it?
No.
Ooh, okay.
I don't like spicy.
The first person we had
I do.
was
You want to try
Guyan.
some?
Guyan was the first one to try.
And he
How much do you want?
Yeah,
poured it on.
But he
Just
did
do
say
like
that was
a
a really good
smidge.
sauce.
little bit more.
Oh my gosh.
she's
All right.
Deb is the best.
Okay, there you go.
Oh.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
Sorry, I didn't want to.
And we do have 2 bottled waters here for you guys.
Okay.
Oh my love. Okay,
Right,
we're
so
just
what-
doing a
what's-
baby.
Yes.
Just
So
do a little baby.
once you take your hit of hot sauce.
Comparatively, Sam's dollop, and then Deb has a whole spoonful.
I know, right?
Okay.
This
Alright,
is
So
great.
take whenever you're
I
ready.
might regret this.
Yeah.
Is it really spicy?
Oh,
Oh, we
go
just
ahead.
said cheers.
All
Is
right.
it spicy?
It's really good.
Ooh.
Deb's like,
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
even need water.
It's got
Okay.
like a,
We're
No,
starting.
that's good.
When was the FPD unofficially and then officially established?
Yeah.
Sam.
I'm going to say maybe 1917.
Let's go lower.
Oh, 18?
Yes.
1850.
Yes, close.
Close.
1858. 1817, the city of Frederick was officially started, or unofficially started, and then 1858.
Yes.
Did you know that?
No, I did not.
I found it on frederickpolice.org today. Okay.
All right. In Lethal Weapon, what's Detective Riggs' famous line?
Danny
Oh,
Glover.
Gosh, I should know this.
Yeah, Deb.
Sam,
Deb, you should know this. It's okay.
I don't know.
I'm too old for this.
I'm too
oh,
old for
I
this.
say that all the time.
See? Deb's like, that's not his line, it's my line. Okay. What is the most common exercise used to measure upper body strength in the police fitness tests?
Push up.
That's it.
Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys mentioned that, Deb, you mentioned
Yes.
this next one, and I think maybe it's old, but you say the
We'll
thing.
go for it.
Okay.
The vertical jump standard that needs to be met through FPD is 16.5 inches. What is the current Guinness Book of World Records highest standing jump?
This is a guess.
And you said 16.5 inches
Is
Is
the
FPD.
standard.
Mhm.
Oh my. It's got to be something crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So far, you're on the right track.
3 feet? I don't know.
Close.
No.
It is higher than that.
Oh.
It is about 5'7".
Oh
They
my
jumped
The
gosh.
highest standing jump for the Guinness Book of World Records is 1.7 meters, almost 70 inches at 5 feet 7 inches.
That's almost as my height.
I
Yeah,
know.
I was like, I'm
And was
5'10".
achieved. I know. Ed looked at it. He was like, I double checked this. Christopher Spell in Shrub Oak, New York in February of 2021.
Oh, wow.
Good job,
Wow.
Christopher.
Wow.
Okay, you guys did great. You got the push-ups question.
I was
right
going to say
away.
pull.
I know pull-ups
I
was
was
the
gonna say
other.
pull up too.
Yeah.
How many pull-ups do you have to do?
None.
Oh, you don't
Oh,
have to do any?
Push up, sit
Yeah.
up, 300
Three-
meter run, and mile and a half.
Okay, and the vertical's done.
The vertical we don't do anymore.
Okay, that was old.
It really-
So
information.
see, it's not that bad. Right?
It is not that
It's
bad.
not that bad.
It really isn't.
All three of
You
them
know
are
I
what?
might be
High
able
school.
to, you know?
I'm going to be 58 and I can do it. So
Of
I'm
course
just
you can.
saying. I'm just saying.
If you guys didn't hear, Deb works out every day. So
That hour of PT time, right?
I was gonna say I would love to go through the fitness test and just see, like, as a thing, how good we do.
You know, that could be
Oh,
content.
Why don't we do that?
I'm not kidding. I would love to do it.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
do it.
We'll maybe take a little like
A day in the life. Like,
Yes,
we'll
a day in
have
the
you
life.
guys like go through and like maybe you'll even do the written or something and see what like how hard it is.
Oh my gosh!
Oh, I
yeah,
love
I'll
it.
like be sweating.
I love it.
We'll just
I'm
see what
in.
happens.
I'm in.
Okay, you guys, stay tuned for that. You guys, thank you so much for being here. We
Thank you
really
for having
appreciate
us.
it. We'll put up all that information on the website and Deb's contact information,
Yes.
and we will be right back. Deb, you are so good.
Registering for City Alerts is a great way to keep you safe if you live, work, or play and visit in the city. COF Alerts is the official City of Frederick emergency alert system that is designed to alert, warn, and notify residents and businesses of emergency situations. We use Frederick County government's Everbridge alert system to provide this critical service. You pick how we can reach you. You can receive alerts via text, email, and push notifications from Everbridge. COF alerts may be sent for emergency situations such as snow emergency declarations, police and security alerts, major water system issues, and hazardous weather. You may also sign up for automated weather alerts from the National Weather Service, such as watches and warnings for tornadoes, winter storms, and flash flooding. Remember, stay safe by staying informed.
And welcome back to Behind the Spires. What an interview.
We had Sam back for her third time.
Yep.
And maybe Deb will come back next time they're doing
I think she had a good
recruitment.
time.
I think so.
Well, Frederick has a busy second half of October. So here's what's coming up.
A lot of stuff.
Lots of stuff. Saturday, October 18th, join Hartley House for Walk a Mile in Their Shoes at Baker Park Bandshell, starting at 10 a.m. It's a powerful community walk to support survivors of violence. That evening, the Abilities Unlimited Homecoming takes place at Trinity Recreation Center from 6 to 8 p.m. also.
That's right. Then on October 22nd, head to City Hall for the Fall Learning Series Part 2, Complete and Compliant, Building Better Proposals with our very own Gerard, friend of the pod. That workshop begins at 10 a.m. in the City Hall boardroom, hallroom. We have registration details on our website.
We could make it a ballroom.
Yeah, that's right.
Just got to take all them chairs out.
Yeah. And then don't forget, like we mentioned, early voting for the general election is happening October 24th and 25th at Trinity Rec Center, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. on both days.
Right. Those same days, you can also enjoy the Carillon Regional Conference with a special recital on the evening of October 24th and a closing recital on October 25th.
Yeah, and if you guys don't know what the Carillon is?
Yeah, that's the tower,
It's
right?
the big tower.
With the bell.
Yeah, I just learned that this year. So come to Baker Park. They're having a really cool regional conference where you can hear people actually play the bells in that tower. Cool. And then Saturday, October 25th, the city is overflowing with fall fun. Yes, lots of fall fun. Take part in the search for the Snallygaster hike in the municipal forest from 2 to 5 p.m. And then I'm really sad I'm going to miss this. Bring your pup downtown for Canines on the Creek.
Yes.
Tell them about it.
So last year, it was really cool.
Yeah.
I was out there taking pictures and everything. So many costumes.
Oh, doggies in costumes.
So cute.
I'm really sad I can't be there. But it's on Carroll Creek from noon to 5, and the parade is stepping off at 2:30.
Right. It's a dog costume parade. People dress up, and the dogs dress up. It's so cool.
Oh, puppies.
To close out the night, though, Carroll Creek Amphitheater will have a Movies on the Big Screen, hosted by the Frederick Youth Council from 6 to 9:45 p.m.
Yes, in conjunction with our Parks and Recreation team. That should be a hoot. And finally, on October 31st, the HHS and the GO program will be at Hill Street Park with a special trunk or treat from noon to 2, which is a great way to close out the month with treats and community resources.
So, whether it's voting, live music, outdoor hikes, or Halloween fun, Frederick has something for everyone. So for the full list of events, visit frederickmd.gov/events.
That's right. And then also, the city will be participating as a collection location for the Asbury UMC Coat and Hygiene Drive.
Ooh, okay.
So a donation bin is actually going to be in our front lobby of City Hall and will be here until December 5th. So this is the 4th annual Community Coat Drive hosted by Asbury, and it supports local nonprofit organizations in our community, including, you want to do the list or you want me to do the list?
Oh, sure. Let's go through the list of Helping Hands and Caring Hearts.
Yep.
Children of Incarcerated Parents in Partnership. Andrea's House, Transitional Living for Women and Children. Olson's House, Lincoln Elementary School, and they're partnering Lucy Center, Steadfast, standing firm against youth homelessness. Also Beyond Shelter, On Our Own of Frederick County, and Waterboys for Jesus Christmas Alive Project, who provide Christmas for 225 families in our community.
Yes. So a ton of awesome nonprofit organizations. Come stop by. You can drop off new winter coats and hygiene items for all ages, genders, and sizes. So that will be in our City Hall.
That'd be great.
In the front lobby.
Easy to find.
Yes.
We want to hear from you.
Yes, we do.
Please email us at behindthespires@cityoffrederickmd.gov.
That's behindthespires@cityoffrederickmd.gov.
That's behindthespires@cityoffrederickmd.gov. To let us know what you'd want to hear, what questions you have, and who you'd like us to interview.
Yes, and remember to like and subscribe on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, and YouTube.
Yes.
And then what do you want to say to the peeps?
Well, before we dip on back behind the Spires, we ask just a teeny tiny little favor. Tell your friends about your time here with us, and if you get a chance, a simple 5-star review.
That's right.
You can even do that right in your podcasting app. If you can't find a review section, leave a comment or something, or send us an email to let us know how great it was.
Yes.
Your support will help us grow, and we'd really appreciate it.
Yeah, so thanks for hanging out with us behind the Spires.
Yes, and remember that kindness costs us nothing.
But it means everything.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
I thought you wanted to say it with you. Yeah. We had a couple of drinks.